Hey everybody, welcome to July's team call. So glad you're all able to make it and nice to see all of your faces. This month's team call, I know like in the past couple calls, the leaders have been talking and then we just started summer mentoring this summer. I do summer mentoring for you guys every Tuesday at 11 here on Zoom as a group, and each week has a topic. And this past week, or not this week, the week before, we're kind of talking about mindset. And all of a sudden at the end of the call, we started talking about sharing, just talking in general on Zoom. And when we do summer mentoring calls, there's a couple of you, Charity's not here right now, but Charity is usually the one, and Alexis too, will like unmute themselves and kind of share a little bit. And it opened up a conversation of the more that you talk, the more that you share, the more comfortable that you're gonna get in just like creating connection. Look at all of our babies. Look at all these babies here. And just creating more connection with the team, and also just building confidence in talking, like in sharing here, in sharing on your Instagram, in sharing or holding your own online class, and sharing in your regular classes. Um, I know, anybody scared to share and talk on this, on our team call especially? No? Okay, Shauna did a quick one. Yeah, you guys, it is scary. Remembering when I would join team calls, and Isla Love didn't have team calls, but Noelle had team calls, and I was so scared to talk. Now I'm not afraid at all. So I remember what it's like to not want to talk at all, but also just be scared and like be kind of like hoping you don't get called on. But I'm telling you guys, it's the best thing. It's the best thing, just to try, just to get out there, just to share, talk for one sentence. And so I really wanted to bring us together tonight and do that. And maybe it'll help you even just get a little bit more clear on what your oil story is, like how you got started with oils, why you love oils, and maybe just even get a little bit more clear on how you want to talk about or share why you started this business and what it has done for you. Okay. Um, the first time that I did okay, move forward, go back and go forward. But last summer, when I was going for Diamond, I showed up on Instagram a lot, doing lives. Now I don't do it because it doesn't work on my phone. Something got weird. So I do IGTVs, but I would go live like every week, and I would just go on and I'd talk and I'd connect and I'd share about oils, and people would be on live and asking questions. I feel like I wouldn't have hit Diamond if I didn't do that. And going live and doing IGTV is really scary. It's like I'm still scared to do it. But the first time I even started to do something like that was when our team, we had a team, Isla Love team, no, Trinity team. We did Love in Every Color. And they're like, can you please talk about green forgive or whatever it was? Yeah, I think it was forgive. And I was like, no, I can't talk. Like, I'm not going to share. And they're like, please, like, it's going to be easy. All you do is you bring out your oil, you open your book, and you're just going to talk about it. And if you're so nervous to even share how you use that oil, just read from the book. And I was like, okay, okay. I'm like, okay, I'm right. I had like a week to prepare, and just like, I wouldn't even say it's preparing like the content that I was going to say, but the mindset of I'm going to speak and I have to go on live in this Facebook group, and I was so scared. I Because I was asked to do it, I just felt honored and I couldn't say no. So I'm gonna tilt this up so I can breastfeed. Mom life, you just get it done. But I had it on my calendar. I was like so scared that I didn't even log on until 5 minutes after I was supposed to do it. Logged on, did it. I was shaking so bad. Logged off, and I was like, I swear I'm never gonna do that again. I was so embarrassed. I was so scared and so embarrassed. Then I hopped on to IG Live. And then I did it again. And then I did it again. And again, I swear I wouldn't be Diamond if I did not get past that block. And so I really want to help you guys get through that for sure. I remember that live. It was sharing the oil of the day. Yeah. See, I was so scared and embarrassed that I like probably blocked it out of like, I didn't do that at all. That wasn't me. I didn't show up for that. But yeah, so again, I wanted to bring you guys here today and kind of just gather as a team and support each other and just putting yourself out there a little bit. You hear enough from us later, so okay. But I'm trying to think, how am I going to keep track of this? We're going to talk today and we're going to share about, I'll ask you guys a couple questions. Does that sound good, or you guys want to prep? How did you start with oils? What was your first oil experience? How did you start doing this business? What has this business done for you? Those types of questions and whatever you want to say. So who wants to go first? Otherwise, I'm going to just try to keep track by just going in order of the screen.
That they'll get called on if no one goes first. Good life. Someone first.
I'll go first.
There you go.
Go first.
All right, Lay. Lay.
Hi.
Hi.
So wait, are you gonna ask me the question?
Sure,
or you just want me to?
What do you prefer? Do you want to just hop on and talk, or would you like me to ask you a couple questions?
Yeah, you can ask me the questions.
Okay. Lay, how did you get started with oils?
I was like already kind of like a natural kind of person. Like I always didn't like medicine too much to begin with, but I more so got into doTERRA and stuff because I was following you for a while.
Oh.
To be honest. And yeah, I don't know. I was just watching all of your Instagram videos and it made me want to be more into it. My boyfriend's family, they're all into essential oils, but I just felt like they always wanted me to just like sign up. Like they never did explain anything. They always would just tell me to like sign up, and I'm like an on-the-go person, so I never did go and look into it. But that's just how
you have family who like does it, but like you didn't feel like you wanted to sign up with them.
Yeah, well, because they kept like telling me, they only just told me to sign up, and I'm like, why am I signing up? Like, what am I signing up? And they
okay. So what did you learn from that you're gonna carry into your business?
I'm not gonna be a pushy sign up person. I'm going to share with them my experiences as well.
Okay, awesome. What made you start this business with Kareen?
Well, we were both talking about it and we both wanted it. We both wanted to do it together. Okay. And we've been friends since high school, so yeah. Ever since we had our babies, we were like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So
is there anything else you want to share?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, good job. Yay. We learned a little bit more about Lay. I actually, you said you followed me for a while, but this is like one of the first times I'm meeting you. That's why I was like,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, awesome. So you see, you guys, get on IGTV, get on live. You're planting seeds. People are listening. People are watching. Alrighty. Thanks, Lay. Alrighty, Haley. Uh-oh.
Oh,
where'd she go?
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Is it my turn?
Yep. Do you want to share, or do you want me to ask you questions?
I was trying to write down questions that you were asking, Lay. But I guess I'll start off with how I got started with essential oils. So, well, first of all, my daughter kind of recently started preschool, but since she started, we've been getting sick basically every month. And so she would get sick, and then I would get sick, and then we would end up at Long Stroke getting all these like NyQuil, Tylenol, Dayquil, and eventually my body just wasn't handling it well. I got really bad side effects, so I wanted to look for something more natural. So just like Lay, I did Instagram stalk like all the essential oil people, including you, and then I seen that Kareen. Yes.
Oh, you probably remember.
Alrighty.
You got a funny already.
And then
Yeah, you said 2 minutes ago.
sorry. Oh, she got it. And then I seen Kareen, she started selling essential oils, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna connect with her because I really want to try the essential oils out. So yeah, I connected with her, and it's been good. Yeah, thanks, Kareen.
Awesome. Yeah, that's Kareen's team. So Kareen should go next for sure.
Yeah.
Is it my turn? Okay, so I was like, oh my God, I better go because I'm getting more and more nervous. I better talk already. But thanks team for going first. I'm so proud of you guys. Breaking out of your shell. But anyway, so hi everyone, I'm Kareen. Okay, hold on, I'm getting nervous now. So wait, I need to look at the questions
You got this.
because I forgot already. So what got me started with oils was, of course, following Ashley, as most of us have. And just watching Ashley use oils on her kids. And I didn't have kids at the time when I started, but I was like, wow, using oils is so cool. Like I've seen other people use oils too, and I was like, what's the big deal about it? You know, like why is everyone using oils? And like I've had a lot of people reach out to me, like especially with Young Living only. Never really doTERRA. I never knew anyone that did doTERRA until I started following Ashley. And then I just kind of seen what she was doing with her oils and how she was advocating for them. And she connected to me more than other people did. So I started using oils when I bought her Gold Drop rollers. So I just started using those at first, and then incorporating them into my life and just trying to see how it worked for me. And then when it was BOGO in February, I decided to bulk order with Ashley and just get all the oils. And then after getting those oils, I literally messaged her and I'm like, Ashley, I want to do the business. Can we talk? Like I went from, I didn't even have a membership yet. And then I was like, okay, Ash, I want to sell them. I want to use them and sell them. And then we just kind of went from there. And using oils has changed my life because I finally have something, you know, that I know we use the word empowered a lot, but I feel empowered knowing that I have solutions for myself, for my family. And like, after I had my son, Kai, he's 7 months old, I just felt like I didn't want to use all this over the counter medication because of what I've been hearing, and that natural solution worked for everyone and their kids. So I was testing that out, and it actually worked really great for us. I feel empowered. I love sharing about oils to other people. And to be honest, I never really thought that I would feel this way about selling oils. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I just kind of feel like it's like my thing. Like it's something that kind of makes me in a way, because I'm not just selling things because I have to make money. I'm sharing about it because I really do think that people should use it and for their families. And sorry, I'm getting all choked up now. And then so that's how it changed my life. And now I get to be a part of, like, I think it's really cool that we all get to be friends and connect about oils. And, you know, we're all celebrating and supporting each other, not just with oils, but like, you know, like Ashley just had her baby and we're like, you know, celebrating with her from afar. And like, even we all haven't met in person, but we just kind of encourage each other through chat and like through Instagram. And I just think it's really cool. And I'm so happy to be a part of something like this. I don't know if I answered all the questions.
No, that was perfect. Thanks,
Thank you.
Kareen. It's so funny that you're like, I'm getting nervous, but like you did great. Good job.
Thank you.
I like, okay, I love that you shared that you started with rollers and then you went into BOGOs and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm ready to just do this business. So I want you guys to see that and like just, I know that our ultimate goal is to always enroll kits, but just treating Kareen like she was my customer, even though she wasn't my customer yet. And I was like, she bought rollers and then she bought BOGOs with me and I just built that relationship with her. It ended up, she was like, I'm ready to build with you. I'm ready to enroll and build with you. So I want you guys to kind of see that and know that, everything that you do and every oil that you share and the BOGOs and all that, it definitely helps your business. It's like, awesome. Yay. Thanks, you guys. Kristen wanted to go next.
Okay, I will try and be brief before McCullough gets like footless. But okay, got started. I knew Ashley from high school, and then I knew about oils like a long time ago, like probably I want to say 2010 or so. And I knew that they work, but you know how like even though you know something works, sometimes it takes a little more to kind of kick you in the butt. So peppermint was my first experience. I had migraines. And then I was like, yeah, it works, but I didn't know where to get it really, honestly. And then a couple years later, had nausea. I still had the peppermint, like, because I didn't really use it. And then, unless I needed to. And then right before I gave birth to this guy, the girls were like in preschool and like kind of getting sick all the time. So luckily, Ashley kept posting on Instagram. And since we were friends, like I was like, okay, Ashley sells doTERRA, so I should talk to her about it. And then I told her, okay, I want to get an account, and so I did. I was a customer, and then 6 months later, I was sharing it so much with family that my husband was like, "You should just sell it already." So I was like, "Okay." So I talked to Ashley about the idea of joining the biz, and then she's like, "Oh, why don't you come to a couple classes?" Because I actually didn't do a class first, and I didn't enroll with a kit. That is what I like to share with people. Is I should have, but I just did the $35 enrollment and pick and choose. And then I shared this with Alexis, our first team call. I was like, I didn't know they had like all the other products, and so then when I started like stalking the online doTERRA page, I found all these things, and I was like, holy crap! I was like, there's all this other stuff. And so I was kind of at that point ready because I had the 3 kids to make the jump to like a more natural lifestyle. And I was too scared to use over the counter meds, kind of like Kareen shared. Like I didn't want to be giving them like Benadryl and cough syrup and things. And so I went to classes with Ashley. It took a little like while she interviewed me. And I was like scared at first. I was like, is this really for me? When she was asking me all my goals, I was like, of course I want to be diamond. But I was like, shoot, after like, learning all this stuff, it's like, can you get there? But it's a really awesome business, and you grow really a lot. I use the oils a lot with the kids. I share, my whole family knows me as the oil lady. I take it everywhere, and you form partnerships and bonds with the whole team, and then with your customers. Like I love when my customers text me and like they're like, oh, thank you so much for sharing. And then yeah, like classes, I don't know if I'm answering all the questions, but yeah, like classes and stuff. I'm I'm not I was a teacher before this, so I'm okay with speaking. So that kind of helps, but I would be nervous if Ashley and Alexis like watch my whole class. I would just be. I like doing it in person, but I'm still growing a lot. And yeah, I like the business, and the kids love the oils. And yeah, I don't know. You can ask me anything else if you want.
Yeah, no, I'll ask you, what, because you've been doing the business for a little while now. What what advice would you give to a brand new builder?
Okay, so this when Ashley first like did the business interview, she's like, "What is your 30-day goals? What is your 60-day, your 90-day?" Which is good. No, like I when you look back on it, you're like, okay, I had these goals set, and of course, you know, when you're first starting, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be elite in 30 days. I'm, you know, because you look at it, and then once you start, you're like, oh, it's like a lot more than that. Um, but I think after I went to the most recent, like the business part of the healthy habits that they had recently, I loved how they shared, like, there were a couple people that shared too, the higher up leaders now that were like, oh yeah, we had all these goals in the beginning, and they're like, it took me how many like years or so to reach like this rank, but I never gave up. And so for me, it was like I got disappointed when I didn't reach a rank right away, like by the time that I gave myself. But after being in it for a while, you kind of you learn it's more than rank. Like going to Noel's this training too. It's a little more than rank. You learn a lot of personal development, and then I don't know. You just learn so much about yourself, and then what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, how you can fix it. I think you're growing constantly. I think you always have to change. I had to change and still changing, like with the 3 kids and our phases of life. And Ashley, you guys are like all good role models with that. But I would just say don't give up, push yourself. When you get stuck, figure out how to get unstuck. Like, what do you need to work on? What do you need to change? I learned from Alexis, like, what was I doing daily for myself? And I was like, nothing. So she like pushed me to try like daily, do something for yourself so that I can better myself, like business wise too.
You're muted.
Can I say something? Because I talk with Kristen often, and I think that when you first start the business, I think, you know, what Kristen mentioned as far as I have my 30, 60, 90-day goals. I think the biggest thing that stands out to me, and I think to Ashley as well, so Ashley, maybe you can speak about it just a little bit, but the biggest thing that stands out to me about Kristen is her like tenacity and like her resilience and like pushing through no matter like if the month is crazy or if the month's not crazy. Like I remember this one month, she had moved to like 3 different places, and I was like, I can't even keep up with you. But that month, that was the closest to Premier that, to Elite. Actually, you made Elite that month. So like, I think that's just, I think she pushes me to like no excuses. Like just make, you know, if this is a priority, make the time for it.
I love it. Thanks, you guys. Okay, same team. Mary Yoshinaga, you're next. You know what you want to say, or you want me to ask you questions?
Ask the questions.
Okay. How did Alexis get you started with oils, Mary? What did she do over there at PacSun with you?
At the time, I was an assistant manager at Pearl Ridge, and little did she know, I actually was at a really like deep, bad part of my life at that time. But she knew I was just dealing with like a lot of stress, and so she gave me a small little roller ball of peace, and also a small little sample of wintergreen. And I don't think she'll ever fully understand how much that really impacted me, because every time I put that stuff on, I felt relief. And with that whole experience, I kept going to classes with her and I learned more about essential oils, because in the beginning, like, I've heard about it and I thought it was just like, you know, some hocus pocus. But as I kept learning more about it, I'm just like, why not? Like, I've tried so many things and like they haven't worked out for me, so why not try it? And it felt right, especially with the whole natural aspect. And I was working on myself that year and just fully just becoming a new me and working on myself. And I started clean eating and everything that we were changing in our lifestyle, essential oils helped with that. And it was meant to be. And on, I think it was last year, I believe, she asked me, she's like, just join me on the business and go ahead and become a sharer. And I was just like, okay, why not? Because I love the oils. And if you know me or if you've seen me in person, I always have this clear bag of oils. I literally carry my medicine cabinet with me all the time now. But I think the biggest thing for me is like that experience that I had that Alexis gave me. You never know, you might have that type of experience with someone else. You might just give that some type of relief to someone who needs it, whether it might be big or small. And that I want to make sure that impact is happening. I want to make sure that I can help people. And that's one of the top 5 strengths of me. I'm very empathetic, but it's all like relationship building. And that's what I love about doTERRA. It's all about relationship building. And I love that. And we're helping people in the process. So, but yeah. And I'm just starting the business aspect. Like, we're about to launch soon, but I just love the fact that even with the smallest little thing, you can make such a huge impact. So.
That was awesome. You're such a good speaker, Mary. Look at you.
Thank you. I try.
doTERRA also helped Mary get pregnant.
This is so true. 3 months
Congrats.
now.
Yay.
Thank you.
Congrats. Do you want to say anything else?
I just want to say that I just love that the fact that we're able to come on here and like be able to talk like we are, that alone just means a lot. And I know for me, mindset, like keeping the mindset's going to be a little difficult for me, but I know it's doable. Because I've had a little rough patch with like signing people up in the past, but this is where it comes from. This is where it comes from. And I just, thank you. Like, I really appreciate this support. This is awesome. You don't find this often at all.
Thanks again for sharing, Mary. Yeah, I feel like our team is very unique, you guys. And it's not just me, it's all of you. And it's my business partners who help me make this team what it is. And I really appreciate all of you. I obviously, like, I don't have my upline team is not like this. So it was nice to not, you know, we do this business and we're like, okay, we're going to duplicate. We're duplicating. You do something and you duplicate that through your team. I'm not duplicating what my uplines are doing as far as team. Like, I created it differently. And yeah, obviously it's like really beneficial to everybody. So I'm so happy and proud of that. Cool. I lost track of if somebody said they wanted to go next, but anybody? Otherwise, let's continue with Alexis's team. Yeah. Okay.
I'll go next.
Call on you. I was calling on you, Chelsea. Chelsea's new. Please say hi to Chelsea. I'd love for you to introduce yourself and a little bit about the oils and how your business is going.
Okay. Well, I haven't even been a month in using my oils yet. So actually, when I first started, I had saw one of Ashley's videos on my feed, and she was talking about using her oils on her children. And just a little backstory on my youngest. He's 20 months now, but we've had some trouble with him in the, well, like since he was born pretty much. He has something called HIE. So it's basically like he has brain injury from a lack of blood and oxygen to the brain. And that really made it so hard for me to go to work. I was in retail for like 10 plus years as a store manager, and I loved my job. But it just got to a point where it was so stressful. It was so stressful that I just was so unhappy. I didn't feel like I was being a good mom. And my voice is going to shake because I'm talking about my son. But I had saw a video, and it just made me feel like I was home for 6 months as a stay-at-home mom. I loved it so much, and I saw Ashley like just killing it, and I was just like, I need to do something like this because it's going to help my family. I'm hopefully going to be able to stay home longer with my children, and this is all I want to do. Like, all I want to do is be with them, and that was the most important thing for me. And because he has expected delays, like he will have expected delays, that is something that we are told all the time. It's so important for me to spend that time with him. And if I'm not, that's kind of where the mommy guilt like fully punches me in the face. And I'm just like, I'm not doing enough for my children. I'm not doing enough for my family. So that's what got me started. It was like all income. And then within a matter of just 2 weeks, it completely changed. Like, yes, I still need to get the income. But it has changed because of all the support.
Uh-oh, she froze.
Anyway, since she started, she's already gotten free enrollment, and she's been active for 2.5 weeks. Where's she gonna go with this? I guess the cool thing about Chelsea is that she's been a store manager for so many years, right? And I think that's the cool thing that she brings to like the calls that I have with her. She's so structured. But I think what Chelsea was about to say is that, like, yes, it's about the income, and she left. Yes, it's about the income and whatnot, but I think she's learning in the past couple of weeks that this is really something that's going to develop her, and that's not something that we working in retail ever get to even think about doing. Like, it's always about the business, the numbers. It's never really about the person as a whole, and I think so far that's what she's learned. I think that's what she was going to share.
Yes, Alexis. Sorry, I'm back.
There she is. Okay, cool. I got you.
Thank you. But yes, like going back to that, just like personal development, it's been kind of amazing to, when I was home, I felt like I was doing so much for my family. And that I thought was like, oh, this fills my heart. Like, it makes me so happy to do everything for my family and for my kids and like to help as much as I can. But at the same time, like, I was reading through everything that I needed to do, all of this personal development, and I'm like, I don't do any of this. I have never done any of this stuff for myself. And if I just keep giving and giving and giving, I'm not going to have anything left to give at some point. So that was just really important.
Okay, thank you, Chelsea. You're not frozen, right? Okay, you're not. Okay, thank you. You have a lot of your team here, Alexis. Where did Darren Joy go? Oh, there you are. Darren Joy, how are you? She's in California, so she's staying up late.
I'm at work.
Oh, you're staying up late and you're at work. You're doing your overnight shift. She's a
Yeah.
nurse, right?
Yeah.
Tell everybody about you and how you got started with oils, and you've been doing the business for a little bit, so maybe you can share. I don't know. It's up to you. I'll let you share what you want to share about your business.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'm outside, so my coworkers don't think I'm crazy. I started with essential oils when my son was around 5 months old. I got diagnosed with postpartum depression, and they started me immediately on antidepressants. And the antidepressants had me stop breastfeeding, and then it just spiraled even more. And then after a while, I couldn't sleep because the antidepressants were keeping me up. And I just felt like I was being a really bad mom and a bad wife because I didn't feel fully present in my home. And then I came across Ashley's Instagram and I clicked on her Gold Drop Society link and I saw all these different rollers and I was like hearing about essential oils before, but I thought it was just like hippie stuff. So I didn't really depend on it. But at this point in time, I really wanted to try something different, something more natural, because being in the medical field, I already saw that medicine had failed me personally in this aspect of my life. And as soon as I got these rollers, I put them on the way they were instructed to be put on. I was supposed to put the stress on whenever I felt stressed out about leaving my son, put the mood boost on whenever I felt like I needed something to pick me up through the day, because I was with my son while my husband was at work. And I noticed everything changing within like 2 weeks when I first started getting my oils, and I was hooked. After that, I kept doing more research on Ashley's page, and then I kept doing comparisons between doTERRA and Young Living because my aunt uses Young Living and she's been trying to get me to Young Living. But after seeing all the different charities and what doTERRA actually stands for, I just went with doTERRA. And I've been connected with all these amazing women in my life. And essential oils made me feel, like Corinne said earlier, like empowered. And it gave me the strength to make me feel like I'm going to be okay no matter how hard everything is. So, yeah, now I'm almost a year in, and I'm that crazy oil lady at work. I'm the crazy oil lady at my house. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm done.
Okay. Thanks, Sarah Joy. Nice to see you. Okay, who's next? I was gonna go with Alexis's team, but I want to shake it up. Sorry. Okay, I'm just going with the next person on my screen, and that's Shauna. Your turn. Shauna's new. Tell everybody hi.
Hi, everyone. Oh gosh.
Don't be nervous.
So how did I start with oils? So I actually heard about oils from like 9, 10 years ago. My husband was into it because of his mom. They used to use like deep blue and all of that, and he would rub it on and smell it, and he would tell me, you gotta inhale it. My mom said to inhale it, and I'll be like, that's weird, like what is that? Like, and I was like, whatever, you know. And then someone at my school, I'm a teacher, she was like, oh, let me know if you want to know about oils. So I was like, okay. And this was like 9, 10 years ago, so it was like when doTERRA just started. But even then I was like, I don't know, that was just like not me. And I was young and whatever, you know, I just carefree. But then come full circle, like 2 years ago when I was pregnant, not pregnant, when I gave birth, I had a hard time breastfeeding. And I was like super stressed out. Like I didn't want to use anything else. Or I didn't know what to do actually, you know, but all I knew was like, I needed to breastfeed. Like, this is my goal. I have to. And then I followed Ashley on San Lorenzo. And then I guess it just connected to her personal page and then her doing doTERRA. So I just reached out, I emailed, and she gave me a bunch of information on what oils to use. I enrolled with the one with the smaller 10 oils. And even then, like, I kind of was using it, but I was so stressed out from going back to work as a teacher, and then just being a mom. And so I didn't really use my oils my first year. And it wasn't till recently, like my second year, I was like kind of getting more into it. And then watching all of Ashley's IGTVs and just, being more educated about it. That's when I started to really use it in all aspects of my life. And I started like really focusing on my health. And so that it just like ripple effect into everything. And then 6 months ago, I just messaged Ashley and was like, oh, I wish I could do half the things you do. And she was like, you can. Let me send you the guides. And then in the mail the following week, here comes the guides. And I'm like going on a trip though. So I was like, okay, I'll read it later. And then when I came back, I read it all. And she's like, if you want to do this and you're serious, I would really recommend you to do this 6-month training. So I was like, okay. And she laid it out, and she's been guiding me and supporting me through all the steps that she feels that is necessary before I launch in September. And so far, it's just been like life-changing. Like it couldn't have happened at the right time. Like it's just all meant to be. So that's where I'm heading.
Yay! Thanks, Shauna. Yeah, she definitely is a great example of someone who is like full on training for 6 months, and then we're gonna launch. And she's taken it so well and just been putting her head in it. Her head is in the game, and she's done so much personal development to grow and be ready for that launch. So, any of you who have a new builder that you think could maybe just start with some training, do it in like a month training, 3 months training, 6 months training, and really take advantage of that time before launching them, depending on what type of person they are and where they are in your structure. Some people do need to sit out for 6 months in order to move them, right? So a lot can be very productive in the 6 months sit out. Alrighty. I'm just gonna go with who's next on my screen, and I wanna make sure I reach everybody, that's why. Okay, Michelle, I'm sorry you're eating. We'd love to hear from you.
Hi. Sorry.
Hi.
Let me put this down. My story. I went to one of Ashley's first classes when she kind of first launched at her house. I had been using essential oils for a while, but I clearly remember asking her like why doTERRA above the ones that I had bought at Whole Foods and Amazon and whatever. I didn't know any better. And it was a good class. Like it was one of her, I think, first or second classes, I believe. And it's been so cool to see how much she's grown, how big she's built this whole team. And I've been kind of watching her the whole time. I didn't enroll at the class, but a couple weeks or months later, I was finally ready. So I enrolled, and I was a customer for about 2 years before I decided to do the business. So then I sat out, or I guess a year and a half. And then I sat out for 6 months, and then I started doing the business in, I think it was February. Aiko and Ashley did Pre-Elite with me, and that was huge. Like I had been following along, joining classes, watching videos, everything, because I love the learning aspect of doTERRA. But doing Pre-Elite is very uncomfortable, and it makes you do things that helps you grow your business. So if anyone hasn't done it yet, or if you have builders, I recommend doing it. And yeah, I love it. I love being a part of this community. I have a builder that I'm helping to grow. I love being able to mentor her and our small team. It's just cool. And I just love naturally sharing oils. One of the things that was kind of a block for me was seeing so many other women doing oils. And a lot of you guys are moms, which is great. But for some of us who aren't, it's like, what stories do we tell? So it took me a while to figure out like what's authentic to me, my life, me and my now husband, my dogs, my nieces, my nephews, whatever it might be, my coworkers. So that's something too to keep in mind, that not everyone who does oils has to be a mom or has to be a certain person. It's really for everyone, and it's been great. My 97-year-old grandma is starting to get into oils. She had a stroke, so I'm trying to help her with that. So that's been really awesome to share that with her and kind of bridge generations. So that's my story.
I love it. Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, Michelle came to one of my very first classes, and she's seen me grow, like she said. But I feel like I blew it. Like when she asked me, why do I want to use doTERRA? And I like literally didn't know what to say. So I've been in the same boat that you guys have been. Know that. You just keep going. You keep doing those classes and you'll get better and better. And luckily she trusted me enough to stay in contact and told me when she was ready to enroll. And she enrolled with me. But I feel like you also had to watch me grow in my business to trust me, right? Before you enrolled with me. So yeah, I love this because you guys can see everyone's stories. And bye. Good night. You guys can see everyone's stories and even just hear like where I've been, and because you guys are also, a lot of you are brand new and starting. So I've been exactly where you all have. Okay, thank you. Next is Mary. Hi, Mary. Mary, it's your turn. Mary number 2. Wait. You're muted. Okay, ready? Okay, go.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm glad that I'm next because I'm just sitting here like getting super nervous. uh, I guess the first time I heard about doTERRA was through Giselle, and I just saw like stories that she would put on her Instagram. She did like DM me about it, and I was just really like not interested. I was just like, oh, okay, you know, she's just trying to sell something to me. And it was just weird because when I was ready, like I was like on a journey of finding like natural ways of living, or just like a natural lifestyle kind of. So I felt like when I was ready, I just knew I had to contact Giselle and just be like, hey, you know, I want to try this. So right away, I just kind of knew it was right for me after I did like some research on it. I guess the reason why I wanted to do the business was because, sorry, I'm just so, I'm like losing my train of thought.
It's okay.
So I wanted to do the business because I believed in the products. So I was like doing a lot of research on what to use. Like I'm a nurse, so usually like if I get sick or if my family gets sick or anything, like I usually don't like to recommend medications or pharmaceutical medications. So this was really something that I believed in. So that's why I knew I wanted to get into the business for that reason.
You're doing great. Mary's one of our she's new to our team. She's one of Giselle's qualifiers. And
Yes.
they recently reconnected, right? Yeah. And she's going, where's Giselle? Giselle, share. But you're doing so great, Mary.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you want to share anything as far as like if you've had any challenges so far starting your business?
Well, honestly, I feel like it's been something very natural for me because I go to work and I share my oils with my coworkers, and everyone's just like, wow, like they're so interested. So I feel like it's been kind of easy for me to just bring it up and share. And when I go through my hundreds list, it is a little bit difficult to come up with names, but I don't know, I feel like it's just been really easy to just bring it up and just be like, hey, you know, are you interested in like a natural lifestyle? Like I feel like a lot of people that know me, they kind of know that I'm just like, I like to look for natural solutions or natural ways of living. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to incorporate that into my Instagram and all that. So yeah, a lot of people are actually DMing me and asking me like, what is that? What are you doing? So yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing and welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Joy, let's are you here still? Joy's in Texas, so she's like gonna go to sleep. There you are.
Yeah, Joy is nuts. She set her alarm just to come to the call. And then she texted me saying that she thought it was her alarm to wake up for work the next day, so she was brushing her teeth and getting ready.
Oh my god.
I know, poor thing.
Hi,
Joy.
Joy, you're muted. Hi, Joy.
Hi. Hi. What am I supposed to do? Share.
You're a veteran, so you share whatever you want to share about your business, how it's going, or about your first oil experience.
My first oil experience, I got some oils as a gift for Christmas, like a year and a half ago, and I didn't use them for a while because I didn't think oils worked. I didn't think any natural solutions worked because I like aspirin and I like NyQuil. But my husband is the all natural kind of person. And he didn't like me taking ZzzQuil every night while I went to bed. Because he thought it was just bad for me. But I love ZzzQuil because it like knocks you out. So he encouraged me to try the oils I got for Christmas. And I did, and I was just surprised how well they worked. So I just used it more, and I came across Ashley's Instagram, and I told her I wanted to do the business because I was moving. And I just wanted to have something while I was moving to either help with some income or just to help pay for my oils. And that's how I got started.
Thank you. I really love your story because it's just so honest. And I love that it wasn't you who was like, I want to be natural, telling your husband. It was like your husband telling you, like, let's be natural. And, you know, you're going to start a family one day. And look at you now. But do you want to share anything else that's going on in your business or any advice for like a brand new builder?
Yes. So this year has been, well, earlier this year, it was kind of, I wasn't putting my all into the business. I wasn't doing too much. I kind of got distracted with other things. And I know my upline, who's Aiko, kind of got frustrated with me. And so we got into a little bit of like something, and I may look quiet and small, but I'm actually kind of feisty, and so I'm hard-headed, and I know Aiko's hard-headed too. So we got into like this little bit of disagreement and kind of like irritated each other. But you know, we talked it through and we got through it, and we kind of like tried to understand each other better. But I just want to say that maybe you won't always agree with your upline, but keep an open mind and just try to understand each other, and you know, express how you're feeling without blaming or, you know, being like mean towards each other, but just be patient. And as long as, you know, you're willing to grow and learn and keep an open mind, and your upline, you know, wants the best for you. You guys will work it out. That's all I gotta say.
Thank
And
you.
Aiko is great though. Aiko is really good. No, like she's a really good business person and she handles so many things in her life and I admire her. So yeah.
Thank you, Joy. I know that it's so late in Texas, so I appreciate you sharing and coming on. And I love the honesty. I love you guys. I already know, so it's not news to me, but I appreciate you sharing that with the team because I mean, everyone's shares are just so like little golden nuggets of like the biz and like the whole picture and all of that, right, you guys? Okay. Thanks,
So
Joy.
let me just share real quick because that was so funny because that's so new to me. That Joy was like irritated and she's hard-headed. She's never told me that. I'm like, whoa, mind blown. But I love it that she could share, and I'm so glad you called on her because this is the kind of shit that I don't tell my team to do. You know, like, and I should connect back with them and be like, let me hear your story. Let me hear, you know, what you're going through. Because we don't do that. Mentor calls are just like, okay, what's going on? Tell me, you know, whatever. But yay, Joy, look at you. That's funny. My intentions are good, all right? Relax.
We know, Aiko. We love you. You're awesome. Okay. Brianni. Hi. We love to hear from you. Yes.
Okay, now you can hear me. Okay, I wrote everything down. So let me read it because I read your email this morning. So the question was how oils changed my life. So I've been around oils for about I want to say 8.5 years. My other half family, actually sister, is a doTERRA member, and she's always had it around and diffusing and all of that kind of stuff. But I just was never like, I don't know, I kind of was okay with it, but then I was just like, oh, what does this do? Like, I didn't understand it at first. And then once I had my son, or when I was pregnant with my son, I started kind of slowly incorporating it. And then after I had him, they would rub him down if he had like opu belly or anything. And if he was sick, he had a lot of problems with like asthma and stuff like that. So they would always rub him down with oils. And I was never home for that because I would always work like the night shift. So I would always be at work when he would get like this. So they would always rub him down, and I was never home to like learn how to use the oils. And then I had my second child, and life just got hectic, and I just kind of ventured away from it and working and taking care of 2 kids. And then not till this year, I recently decided that I wanted to get back into it and incorporate it into my life and be more natural. So I made a New Year's resolution this year that I wanted to start with slowly taking all the bad stuff out, all the toxic things out of my life, and just incorporating all the natural stuff and buying more organic stuff and using all of that. And then I was actually, so this year I was actually enrolled as a Young Living member with one of my friends. And I already knew the difference between what doTERRA oil smelled like. So when I smelled Young Living oils, I was like, this isn't the same. Like, peppermint didn't smell like peppermint. And I was just like, I don't know if I like this. So after I got it, I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm not gonna use it. And then I came across Kareen, her video about using oils and on her son, and she uploaded it on her IGTV. And then that's what made me was like, okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna try it. And then she actually reached out to me and she asked me if I wanted to enroll with her. The first time, I think I did enroll, but I didn't get a kit. I just paid the membership fee. And then the second time, the second month, I got the enrollment kit. And then that's when, after I started using that, I was like, okay, you know what? I want to do this business because I want to be able to share and just help people realize what oils are and how they are such a big impact. You wouldn't think that oils would be that way if you're outside looking in, you know? So I just want to be able to change someone's life, you know, turn it around and let them know that this is the way to live, not over-the-counter medicines that are bad and you don't know what's in it. Like, at least this, we know what we're putting into our body and how we're taking care of our body. And I just want to be able to share that with people and eventually be like you and be able to inspire people like you do. I don't know if you heard all of that.
Yeah, no, you did awesome. Thanks so much for sharing. Nice to meet you. Welcome to our team.
Thank you.
Alrighty. We have a few more to work through. Everyone, thanks for hanging in there. Rianne.
Hi, sorry, I'm in my work uniform.
The Aulani one.
Yeah, sorry, don't tell anybody where I work. Everybody, I work at Aulani. Okay, so why I started the business, I think I was pregnant with my third baby, about to give birth, and I think as I age from just being a young adult to a modern soon-to-be mother of three, I think I wanted to change a lifestyle for me and my kids. And throughout my pregnancy, I found Ashley, of course, on Instagram, and we were communicating the whole time, like off and on here and there. And I would watch her videos and her stories, and I would always we'd be back and forth through DM. So finally, I had my baby, and I got back in touch with Ashley after being on a long maternity leave. And I was like, okay, I'm ready, Ashley. I'm ready to get my kit. I'm ready to start changing my lifestyle. And I thought in the beginning, the reason why I wanted to do this was because I just wanted to live naturally. But once I got my kit and I started to, you know, self-discover and do more learning, and then Ashley paired me with an awesome mentor, Alexis, it kind of just, the business just started to fuel me in so many directions. I feel like I was able to like self-discover that I'm saving so much money, which if anybody knows me, I have so many kids. I just want to save the most amount of money and not have to go all over the world grabbing products that are not safe, that are toxic. So really, after learning everything, it was a huge money saving thing for me. And I feel like it's eliminated so many bad toxic things and saved me money at the same time, which I was amazed, just blown away. And every time I go on a mentor call with Alexis, and we just had another team call, I even told them that the product sells itself. Natural Solutions is way better than anything you can buy at the store. But we have like this girl gang that's more exciting to me in itself, because I get to jump on calls like this and have relationships like this and connect with a bunch of women who, you know, have the same goals. We all are together striving for the same goals, and we all have different paths and different journeys, but we're all here together teaching and growing and learning from each other. And I think that's like a highlight of being in this business for me.
like everyone's so unique and we learn so much different things from one another, and we pull like so many good structures and scenarios of business. And every time like I feel like I'm not giving myself enough self-love or nurturing or product knowledge, Alexis is always like, remember what you need to do. And then it just jumps on a call, and Ashley like was an amazing eye-opener with her 4 quadrants of how to balance life. So sometimes as women, we don't have a friend that's telling us, this is how I balance my whole life structure. And then you jump on a call with your network business and look at that. Ashley can tell us exactly how, you know, we can bring balance into our life. So I don't know, there's so many wins for me. And it's easy to talk about something like doTERRA when everything else that you use is not as pure and natural, and these oils work and it's easy. So that's my story.
Thanks so much for sharing. Nice to see you. Okay, Anuhea? Maybe she's with baby. What about Jalen? Hopefully you're not too sweaty over there. Jalen, you talk all the time, so I don't know why you're
Wait,
like.
sorry, I'm not sweaty. My hands are sweating with Jalen, unless Jalen wants to go first. Jalen?
No, you can totally go on here.
Oh, thank you. I'll turn on my video. Hi, everybody. Geez, I was listening to everybody talk and I forgot all the questions. Anyways, thanks everybody for sharing. Your guys' stories are so amazing. But I started with oils because I was going to be a mommy for my only son, my first son, for my son. And I wanted to set him up for the best. I wanted him to not be exposed to a lot of chemicals. I didn't want to think about if he ran a fever, I'm going to have to give him Tylenol. So the oils gave me that natural, I guess, comforting, what am I trying to say? Peace of mind. That's what I'm trying to get to. Peace of mind knowing that I have something natural for my son if ever he needed anything. And if anything, a last resort would be medicine. So yeah, that just gave me empowerment like everybody else. And yeah, what is the other question? The business maybe earlier or the ending of January. I'm lucky enough to be part-time, like really part-time. So I do have a lot of time at home with my son, which I'm very grateful for. So I wanted to make sure that I'm utilizing all the time I had like effectively with my son and other ways in my life as well. So like everybody said how there's personal development, like that's something that I never really thought about, but doing the business really helped me grow for myself, which I didn't realize. I mean, everyone's perfect. I don't need to grow, but yeah, things like that. So doing the business really helped me grow as a person, seeing what areas that I kind of lacked in. And what else? Is that it? I don't know.
You're doing great.
Sorry, I was just so engrossed with everybody's stories. I'm like, wow, it's so amazing. But yeah, in the beginning of this year, so the whole reason why I started was for my son, but then I couldn't connect with people who didn't have kids. How somebody said, like, not everybody has children. Because my whole thing was like, oh, my son, I did it for my son. So I started using the oils more often. I got into the whole skincare line, the whole shampoo, conditioner. Like, really, I can't push all this natural stuff from my son. And here I am, like, being chemicaled out and, like, whatever. So I started using it and started loving it. So now I'm coming from a point where I actually use the products, love the products, and I can speak to other people who don't have kids, if that makes sense.
That's huge. That's huge. That was a good nugget. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Okay, bye. I'm just kidding.
Alrighty. Thanks, Anuhea. Okay, Jalen. I think you're last but not least.
Hi, sorry, I'm like coming down with my daughter's cold that she had over the weekend, so I look crazy right now. So I'm gonna leave my video off, and I don't want to cry. So I started with doTERRA oils last May. I was really searching for something natural because oh gosh. Okay, so for everyone who does know me, my oldest son passed away 2017, and he was born with a lot of medical issues. And just dealing with that whole journey was really hard for me. Oh, so sorry, guys. Um, it was hard. You know, he was my first son. My pregnancy was great. Everything was great until he was born. You know, so it's really hard as a first-time mom to emotionally go through that. Um, but you know, it's just seeing both sides of the medical field. You know, totally respecting emergent care. They helped us give back our son twice. Um, before he passed away in 2017, we almost lost him twice. So, you know, just really grateful for the modern technology and advancements in medical care. But after he passed away, you know, I was just really stuck. I was in a stuck situation for a long time, and I had a 6-month-old that I had to take care of and still be strong for. So, you know, I was just really looking for something more because I know that there's just more that I could have done, even though I know that's hard to say, but I know that there's more that I could have done. And I'm very spiritual too. So I feel in a lot of ways me and my son still connect with each other. And I feel like in a way he pushed me in this direction because he knew that I had to take care of his brother and his sister at the time. So on this journey, someone just, you know, out of nowhere brought up doTERRA, and then all of a sudden Ashley's feed came across, and I was like, oh, you know, why not? She says she has a essential oil class, basics, like maybe this is something that I'm supposed to be doing. So I joined her class, and it was just so amazing. Like at first I was kind of like, these oils can really do all of these things for you, for people, and they're totally safe for even newborns. Like I have to know more about this. So yeah, I took her first class, and from then, like I was just amazed. Like I had to know more, so I signed up, and it's been life changing ever since. You know, it's helped me a lot emotionally because I still deal with a lot of depression, I guess, from everything. But I try to show a hard face, or that things are not bothering me, because I don't like my feelings and my story to affect other people, like in a negative way, or you know. But just really going through this journey has helped me as a mom and as a person, and just really sharing these oils with everybody, especially you know, moms with their kids, is super important to me, because you know, just taking care of your baby and making sure that you're ensuring them with the best that you can do is what every mom wants. And especially going through my situation, like that's all I care about now. So just really truly blessed that doTERRA fell into my lap, and blessed that I got connected with this amazing group of like supportive women. And Giselle, like she's so patient with me dealing through all of this, and just so grateful. But you know, I love this business. It's really helping me deal with a lot of personal issues I never thought that I could get over. Oh, I'm such a crybaby. Sorry, guys. But yeah, like I just really love this business. I love doing what I do. I still feel like I get to fulfill all my wants and needs. I've always been someone that loves taking care of people. And I just feel like this business is for me. This company is really amazing. Anybody who's new to this business, just really take advantage of all the resources. Take advantage of Ashley, any of your uplines. They are really here for you. There is so much that we still have to learn and we have to share with everybody. But yeah, that's my story. I'm so sorry I'm crying, guys. I'm a mess. But yeah.
Thanks so much, Jalen. I appreciate you guys staying all the way to the end. Every single share was so awesome and powerful, and I know that you all have benefited from each of those and learned from each other and can now build connections within each other. I know a lot of, the call, I host this call, so you hear a lot from me, and then you hear a lot from my qualifiers. And so I'm so glad that you guys could hear from each other. And I've mentioned the last team call, I want you guys to really build relationships with each other. I first came in this and I'm one of my top strengths is competition. So I wasn't very open to the other cross lines in my team, but I also didn't have an atmosphere like this to be part of with my upline team. And I just want to take away that competition. There's no competition. There's no comparison. And like, as you guys can see with each person's stories, nothing matters except for the connection and the building of your businesses in sharing oils with others and helping others, right? So anyways, I wanted to just kind of lead into, after all that was a lot. Really quickly, I just want to end with sharing a little bit about this pipeline. We all are building a pipeline. We've come into this building, building business, understanding that the opportunity that this can give us, as far as like not trading hours for dollars and not, making a sale and making commission and that's it. It's building this residual income, building this pipeline, and that this is not a get rich quick type of business. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's none of that. Building a residual income will take time. It takes consistency. And I hope that I am living proof of that for you guys. Be here, stay consistent. I hit diamond in 2 years. And I wouldn't say I'm not a solid diamond. You guys know this. You see the numbers. You're part of our team. And I also like to share that and be transparent with you guys, because that's not shared with me, with my uplines. I want to make sure that I stay transparent with you all, and I'm like an open book. You can ask me any question about my business and I will share that with you, because I want you to be in this for the long run. There's ups and there's downs, and it definitely takes time to build a pipeline, but once you're there, it is so worth it. And I've questioned myself so many times. I've questioned my business so many times of like, can I really get there? Can I really build this residual income? Can I really get to that rank? I've had really low lows, and a lot of my builders probably don't know this, but my mentor does. And that's what's so great about having a mentor who will always just listen and also build you up and remind you of why you're here. Anyways, I have built a pipeline, and I want to make sure that you guys see that. Like, I built a pipeline, and I busted my butt for 2 years, as I had a 2-year-old and then got pregnant and kept going, and then gave birth and kept going. I did realize that I didn't spend as much time with my second baby as I thought I would, because I was a stay-at-home mom building this business. But I wouldn't trade it for anything, because I busted my butt through that time. And I made that goal of like, when I give birth to my third child, I'm going to be there a lot more. And I have been, and I've been enjoying her so much more, but I've also been enjoying my other kids so much more. So there's different times and there's different seasons, but being consistent in my business really paid off. My first trimester of my third pregnancy, I was having such a hard time. I could barely do a class. I felt like I wouldn't say I felt shitty. Like, yeah, I guess I felt shitty, so I didn't feel confident in the way that I looked. So I didn't want to do any face-to-face mentor calls that like for a month or two straight. I know my qualifiers remember this. I'd be like, oh, let's do a phone call. I don't want to show my face. I'm just not feeling like well. And they're like, okay, they're super understanding and patient. And I wasn't able to do classes, and I didn't have energy to reach out to people for like maybe 2 months. My business naturally hit gold rank and paid me out that much. And I don't know any other business that would do that for you, with you, any other job that would do that. You are in your first trimester of pregnancy and you call out sick, you use all your sick days, you're not getting paid. And how are you going to support your family through that, right? And so I wanted to really like share that with you guys so that you can see that you are building this pipeline. You're stick to it and you will get there. That was a year. Wait, I just gave birth. That when I took off that time, that was September. I've been hitting, so I went really hard and I hit time in August and September. And then I was like dying in my first trimester for the next 2 months. I naturally hit gold. I have not gone down from gold since. We'll go to gold, we'll go to diamond. And I'm just so grateful for that pipeline. I'm currently in a season where my kids are home for the summer, and I pushed so hard last summer. And this summer I'm taking a step back and just kind of putting them first. And I've earned that and I've worked for that. And to have a business that can naturally hit gold and get paid at gold, you guys, that's like amazing. And for the first time, I know we talk with my qualifiers, we talk so much about like, oh my God, money and debt. And you guys, I have credit card debt and all that kind of stuff. You guys don't hear this, but we have that and we feel that, you know, and I want to make sure that you guys know that we're the same. We're all the same and we're all working at this. And yes, I have built that pipeline, and I can finally say that I am on top of my debt. I just started a savings. I know we're talking about money, and I know money is like so personal and so like sensitive. I'm open to it just because of the personal growth that I've gone through that doTERRA has. Tony's Aiko's texting me privately, messaging me privately on here. My credit card, I'm not gonna share that. Okay, I'm not that much of an open book, but you can tell him in our group text. I texted you that. But for the first time, just because of this pipeline, you guys, I've paid off my debt. I have a savings. I can take off time in the summer to be with my kids. Not that I'm off of work, but I've just not as many hours in doTERRA. I do maybe 5 hours a week now instead of 40. It's crazy. But I just want you guys to see that, okay? Yeah, we like really pushed to diamond for like 2 years. We pushed as a team. We got there together, and my paycheck may not be solid diamond every month. It's like maybe every other month, but that gold is not going away. We as a team hit gold. We hit silver by the 5th of the month. Isn't that crazy? You can hit silver by the 5th of the month. You can hit elite in the first day. And I remember when I was just pushing just to be executive, just to get 2,000 overall volume. As you stay consistent in your business and you keep growing, your skills get so much better and everything just comes more and more natural, and you just grow and grow and grow, and you're going to get there. You're going to get to that pipeline. You're going to start paying off your debt besides just providing for your family. Well, I know we're just trying to make ends meet. Once you build that pipeline, you're going to start paying off your debt. You're going to start doing savings. You're going to just, it's going to be great. And so yeah, that's a really good point. Aiko said 4-year career, and Ash is only halfway there. 2 years, was that private? No, that wasn't. You all read that 4-year career book in the very beginning of understanding this business. It says in 4 years, bust your butt, you'll get there, you can retire. We're not going to retire from essential oils. We would never. But you can retire, right? I'm 2 years in, and I feel like I am a good example. I hope you guys think I'm a good example, but I feel like I am a good example. And I just wanted to show you that you can be here too. Be consistent, and this pipeline is real. I also had no idea if this was real or not, and it definitely is real. If you guys have any questions as far as like how much each rank gets paid, I'm also open to that. You can always text me. And And the reason why I'm willing to share that is because I want you guys to believe in your businesses and that you will get paid for your efforts. So yeah, anyways, that was our team call. I really appreciate you guys staying to the end. I know that everyone else will watch the recording, and that's kind of it. Anybody have a question or want to mention anything else? Otherwise, I'll let you guys go. Okay. Great call, you guys. Hope your July is going great, and we'll talk soon. Okay, I'll let you guys go. Good night. Hearts. Aiko's doing hearts. Hearts. Okay, love you guys. Take care. Bye.